So, anywho, I am Jacqueline Cotton. I live in Mississippi, if you can't tell by the accent alone. And I do a number of things. But what I'm going to talk with all of y'all about today, or tonight, because it's like 8 o'clock now over here in my neck of the woods, is how to create magnetic content, okay? It's a lot of fun, but a lot of us can get super, super stressed out. And if I was able to, like kind of stick some bullet points out there for you, it would be to know exactly who you're talking to, right? To touch on feelings, to get into their feelings, and to always be authentic and unapologetic about who you are and who it is you're here to serve. And when you can tap into these number of things we're about to discuss, you're going to be able to create magnetic content that actually makes you freaking stand out, because that's what it is. It's a sea of online entrepreneurs. Anybody and everybody wants to be an online influencer, wants to be an online coach, an online mentor. They want to be at the very top of a marketing company, right? And you can do a lot through your content, but what's going to make people actually magnetized to you, right? How are you going to capture that in your content is what I talked about in that last video that y'all didn't get to see. Okay, so let's start out with that first bullet point, and that is defining who in the hell you're talking to. Okay, I don't like talking about a niche, a niche, a niche bitchy. I don't know what you call it, but I think there's a lot of pressure around that. And I'm not saying that you can, talk to everybody and have all the services and that you'll be successful, or any of that, because you have to be able to focus on an ideal audience. But who are they? Okay, I think, and this is what I tell all my clients when they talk about branding and like how do I identify as a brand, and like it's so much more than colors and like logos and stuff like that. It's you. People buy you. People buy what you're saying, your energy, how you show up, how you present yourself, how you run your business. They're gonna say, hey, is that a reflection of how I want to run my business? They don't always buy. It's not about the product. It's about the story behind the product, right? The story behind the service, the story behind the transformation. People are chasing the transformation, okay? And so when we get in an alignment with who the fuck we're actually talking to and how we're going to help them, it becomes a lot easier. So clarity is a real big thing about that. But really define, first and foremost, who you are as an entrepreneur, as a company, as an influencer, as a public figure, as a coach, whatever it is for you. Define who you are and what you stand for. What's your mission? And when you start uncovering these and like peeling these layers back, that's when you find who you're speaking to. Okay? Because they're going to have a lot of the same values that you do. They're going to have a lot of the same interests that you do, right? And what happens? You want to connect with people who get you, who know you, who make you feel seen, who make you feel heard, right? Who wants to hang out with people that don't get them? Think about that. It's how unnerving is it when you're sitting with a group of people who like y'all just don't vibe. It's like it feels weird up in here. Like you feel all the bad juju. You know what I mean? So define who you are, what you stand for, and notice I'm not talking about a niche or a niche, however y'all say it. It's about who you are, what you stand for, what you're doing here on earth, who you want to help, what do you want to be known for? How are you going to help? How are you contributing to this planet so that people and humanity are, expanding and elevating and becoming a better overall, human race? That's what I like to focus on whenever it comes to creating content, because then it becomes a one-on-one conversation with the other person, with the person on the other side. Okay? The second thing, creating magnetic content, is coming to terms with the fact that you're visible. Alright? You have to be okay with the fact that some people are going to misconstrue what you're doing here and think that you're just an attention whore. Because people get in your business, right? People want to tell you how to manage your money, how to manage your life, how to manage your children, how to manage, your business. And what you really want to tell them is stay out of my business. I don't need your information. Your opinions on paying my bills, right? But whenever it comes down to it, you're subjecting yourself to other people's feedback. And so you have to get comfortable with becoming uncomfortable and channel the things that people won't talk about. People don't want to talk about, but they're feeling. Okay? Using your story, your experiences, your past traumas, using all these things and writing about that, feeling about that, putting that in reels, making people feel seen, making people feel heard. That's the shit that sells, because people chase a transformation. They want to learn from someone who is just, maybe 5 steps ahead of them, who doesn't make them feel insignificant, who doesn't make them feel like, I know so much and I'm doing so great that I don't have time to actually teach you anything. Like, people just want to learn from common Joes, I'm telling you, man. People are craving that feeling of one-on-one intimacy. And it doesn't have to be in a sexual way. Friendship, mentorship, feeling better about themselves. Okay? So, but you have to come to terms with not everybody's going to like you or what you have to say. And drop the filters, drop the fucking mask, drop the facade, and start showing up speaking your truth. So that the people who need your help, who need to find you, who need to find your services, your products, you as a mentor, right? They'll find you. Because you're finally putting out there the things that they need to, that maybe they need to scroll upon at 3 a.m. when they can't sleep. And they're worried about their significant other and where they're at. Because maybe they're in a relationship with a narcissist, and you know how to coach people through relationships with narcissists. But if you don't get comfortable with being seen, you're not going to show up in an authentic and unapologetic way, I'm telling you. You're going to start to succumb to this idea of what content should look like. You're going to start, following all the trends, even though they don't even feel good to you. Because you're too worried about what does the algorithm like? What's going to give me some likes and shares? And you all of a sudden are selling out, selling your soul, instead of fulfilling your soul's purpose, and that is telling your truth to people who need to hear it. And it applies to any business. Because here's the thing. Everything is built on relationships. A long-standing business is built on relationships. I know that things are very, very, like click and go right now and instant gratification bullshit, right? I know that. But when it comes down to it, and if the internet were to drop off today, like we don't have it anymore, or when everybody freaked out about Twitter and Facebook and all the shit going down, and everybody's like, email list, gotta have an email list. Okay, well, let's just pretend the internet's gone too. How is your business going to survive? You're going to have to pick up the phone, or you're going to have to write a letter, or you're going to have to get face-to-face with your clients and the people who pay you. Like, you're going to have a strong relationship. So the sooner we get behind the idea of the relationship starts with the content, the more magnetic you become. Because you learn to nurture the audience you already have, your readers, your viewers, your listeners, right? You nurture them, and then what happens is they tell other people, I saw so-and-so, or I heard so-and-so, or I read so-and-so's stuff. Man, have you heard from them? Have you stumbled into their corner of the internet world yet? They're pretty friggin' awesome. And then you magnetize, more people. Your magnetic field, that's what I was trying to say. Your aura, your magnetic field starts to bring people in, because everybody loves to find someone who they feel like is speaking to them. Yes. Everyone loves to feel like they can find someone who is speaking to them. So by getting grounded, by becoming unapologetic with who you are, by remaining completely authentic, like, if you're getting dressed up ain't your thing, chicken wing, if you're like a flannel kind of girl, and you maybe wash your hair every 3 days, whatever. If that's your thing, and that's you, true, and you're down with that, it's like, who's to tell you that you can't be that way, right? There are such high standards in the real world and even the internet world whenever it comes to who you can be and how you should act and how you should talk and how you should behave, right? Like, I shouldn't curse because I'm a woman, or, there's all kinds of standards. But opinions don't pay my bills. They don't pay your bills either, right? So when you are able to tap into that level of confidence, that level of security, you're not being insecure. You don't care if it's perfect. You don't care, if you live up to everybody's standards, and you start speaking about stuff that people are going through, that people have went through, that people are struggling with, their pain points, that's when your content gets good, okay? Because you're letting it flow. And I want you to think real quick, like, I was on a workshop. I finally got to make one of Andrea Franco's workshops, and in the money portal, she was talking about, thinking about yourself, like meditating, and really focusing on 10 years from now. Like, what does that woman look like? Like, what do you look like? She's walking towards you. You're walking towards you. Your higher self, 10 years from now, walking towards you, and as she comes into focus, like, what's she wearing? Pay attention to her style, her details, how she's spending her day. Like, who is she? Who is that to you? What do you want to have achieved within the next 10 years, right? And really vision that woman. And it got me thinking, once you sit with that for a few minutes, and you really start to feel it and embody her and hug her and know that, like, that's you. That's you 10 years from now. It feels so good, right? You feel accomplished, maybe. You feel wealthy. You feel loved. You feel safe. Write or film or record a podcast as her. Just try it. Become a kid again. Channel that future you and see what comes out. How is she showing up for her audience? How is she speaking to the clients that she's already helping, right? Operate from that place and just have fun with it, and let me know if that does anything for you in your content, y'all. And when I say write, like, I'm an old-fashioned, like, composition notebook from the Dollar Tree kind of gal. So when I have inspired action, I just pick up a pen and I write. And that's when my best stuff comes out. I'm just going to say. And videos too. And my podcast, everything. Like, I love to write, but I also have other forms of content. And being able to create, magnetism in all of them creates a cohesive brand. So no matter which, part of the funnel someone's coming into, it's all funneling down to me, my beliefs, what I stand for, and how I can help them in their transformation, right? So get that mindset in place. All right, so let's see. I want to touch base on this real quick and answer this question. Maybe write it down. Maybe, comment because in the replay or whenever you're watching. And do you ever ask yourself this? And I'm going to ask you this right quick. But whenever it comes to your content, do you ever find yourself, feeling limited? Feeling like, oh, I shouldn't say that. And like, go backspace and erase. Or you're like, copy and paste. This is what I do. Until I like sat on it for a second to make sure, like, Jacqueline, Is this intentional, or are you just trying to, like, start some shit? Like, is there a method to your madness, or are you just trying to get some eyeballs? So I'll, like, copy and paste what I'm writing, and I'll, like, go put it in one of my notes, and I'll, like, be like, all right, let me think, let me chew this one over for a minute. So if you find yourself in those moments where you're like, I feel like I'm gonna step on some toes type of thing, one, are you just trying to step on toes, or are you trying to, like, awake someone's subconscious with the triggers in your content, right? And if that's what you're doing and there's a method to your madness, I say go for it and ask yourself this, okay? Let me look at it. Hold on. But who cares what the fuck anybody thinks? Okay? I even write that one down. I'm like, I can't forget to say that. Who cares? Why do you care? Why do you care? If your dreams are really that important to you, if helping as many people as humanly possible before you die is really that important to you, if making millions of dollars so that you can take care of your family and retire your husband so that he never has to work again or worry about working again and can do things that he loves so that you and your 5 kids can travel and y'all don't have to worry about checking the bank account so that you can just go shop and not check it before you grocery shop or whenever they want to go. I'm talking, this one's me. But if it's that important to you, why do you care what anybody thinks whenever it comes to creating your videos, your reels, your YouTube content, your writing, your blogs, your email sequences, like your podcasts, you know? Like, you think that it wasn't something that crossed my mind a few times, like, ooh, because my podcast one is called Just Women Talking Shit. And I'm like, I'm going to step, ooh, because I come from the Bible Belt, by the way. Ooh, I'm going to piss some people off. I got sailor's mouth, and I say that I love God. I'm about to turn some heads sideways. I'm going to be like, and I did. I got messages. I have people that are concerned about my well-being. They're concerned about my soul. Because I finally come out and talked about my beliefs and my goals. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but that goes back to just come to terms with you're visible. And what 9 times out of 10 is that person doesn't have the balls to be authentic, and so they like to bring people down to their levels, right? Who cares? If you feel led to spread your truth so that you can help other people in their lives live a better version of their lives than before, so that people can find their purpose, so that people can become successful, so that people can make money, so that people can heal from traumas, whatever it may be that you're helping people do, so that people can feel better, so that people can be healthier, so that people can find love or be in love or have better relationships or have more sex, or I don't know, what is it that you do, lovely? What do you do? Who cares? When you can tap into who the cares, your content will get good. I don't know why I just tapped myself. But it'll get good, okay? Alright, this old lady, let me look. Y'all like my glasses? I had another pair. I don't know where they went. I was going to show them to y'all. Forgot to bring them in here. Because, yeah, the others' opinions don't pay your bills, okay? They just don't. Alright, a couple more things. You need to stop talking about yourself so much. You can share your journey through your stories. You can share your journey. People want to know your journey. But when it comes to how you're going to help somebody, they want to be a little bit selfish. So you have to start saying you more. So the next time you form a sentence that says, I did this, you have to be able to flip it to you. You have to be able to, as if you were picking up the phone or going and shaking this person's hand to create a relationship, speak directly to them. As if you're sitting in front of them, eyeball to eyeball. Okay? This is how I can help you. You are feeling this. I know what you feel like. You are not alone. right? Do you feel the difference? People want to feel cared about. People want to feel loved. They want to feel seen, heard, safe. So you have to get vulnerable, make them feel things through your content, make them feel cared about before they ever even introduce themselves to you. Okay? So we have to get back to the fucking basics. And that's relationships. Building relationships. It's not all about the DMs kind of relationships or, going and liking and commenting on everything. It's what are you putting into your content that makes a person want to even learn more? How are you helping them? How are you adding value to their world? How are you giving back to them? How are you nurturing them? I want you to think about content as almost like, let's imagine an injured person they have leg injuries. Okay? Don't know how it happened. It's just hypothetical, right? We're about to end this. But this person has to learn to walk again. They're going through recovery. Can you imagine, you're already in a bad place. Like, that's shitty. You don't feel good. You're trying to learn to walk. Can you imagine poor bedside manner added to that? How crappy that would be, right? So imagine somebody who has excellent bedside manner, and they know that that they're there for you. They're going to take care of you. They're going to nurture you. There's no timeline. They're pushing you, but they want to see you do well, and they want you to heal. There's not, some kind of pressure. They feel nurtured. Imagine your content that way. There's no timeline. There's no rush on learning to, take that first step again. It's going to happen as it comes to that person, as they heal, as they gain the confidence, as they just, kind of find themselves in your content. They'll have that aha moment if they're meant to be in your world. If you're meant to help them and you're actually adding value and making them feel seen, loved, heard, all those things, people just want to find their people. Like in Grey's Anatomy, you're my person. Like, everybody wants to find their person. Make your content feel that way. All right? It's okay to stir shit up. It's okay to be different. Okay? But you've got to get real about it. There's so many carbon copies out there, right? I'm sick of the carbon copies. I'm sick of the flashy crap, like, I want to hear stories. I want human and human contact, and you know what I mean, because I know y'all call some customer service numbers and you can't get through to a human, and that pisses you off. No? Make your content feel less robotic. Be you. Find your flow. Talk about the things that, you've been through. Become unapologetic. Become authentic. Nurture their feelings. Treat them like humans. Don't just share your wins and your client wins. Like, actually create an environment where they feel connected to you. That's really all it is. That's all it is. And when you get super specific with who you're talking to and, the life experiences and all of that, what you stand for, how you can help them, it becomes a lot easier because you're talking to a person. Imagine sitting in front of someone, your ideal person, and how you can help them in that one-on-one container. That is my cue to wrap it up. Alright, so without further ado, if you've enjoyed any of this, I teach in my free community for women. It is called Female, Fearless, and Badass. Okay, my voice cracked. That is a community for growing, unapologetic women. Okay? My husband is the one that got me started on this unapologetic thing. When we first started dating, he, it's a really funny story actually, never anticipated on us actually being a thing. He had just gotten out of a divorce, and I had just gotten out of a marriage about a year before that. So we were kind of just looking for just the next thing, a little bit of summer fun. And so I completely was myself, because it was just kind of like he was my friend. And we wound up falling in love with each other. We now have a 1-year-old son, and we have a total of 5 kids in our blended family. But I was myself when we were dating, because I didn't think we were gonna date. Like, we broke up, it was insane, and then we wound up back together because we just our bond was that strong, because we had no expectations to begin with. But anyway, I'll never forget when we fell in love, and he told me, he said, I adore you. I love you because you are unapologetically you. And it stuck with me forever. And now I'm just on a mission to help other people really become authentic and live unapologetically, because life's too fucking short, okay? You deserve to have everything you desire. You deserve to work with the kind of people you want to work. You deserve to be with your babies, if you desire to be with your babies on a beach while, working the 5 hours a week. Like, whatever it is you want, I really do believe you can have it. Okay? Because my life has flipped upside down and back around, and like done the cartwheels, and just years ago I was sleeping on people's couches. I didn't have my own place. I've been through so much shit. And had I learned to unapologetically be me a long time before, I think I would have gotten there faster. But what's important now is that I've learned from everything, and that you learn from everything, so that you can unapologetically be you. Uh-oh, we have a guest. My son just came in. But Unapologetic, my master class, is on March 23rd. It is $25. I've got him. It's okay. It's okay. I'm finishing up. It's $25. And it's raising to $45 on Mondays. If you want to get it at $25, I'd love to have you. And then we have my podcast. I'd love for you to check that out. Just Women Talking Shit. You can find it everywhere. If you'd like to be a guest, I'd love to have you. You can email me, or email me at jwtspodcast@gmail.com. Here is my rainbow baby I was telling y'all about. He's so cute. Or you can DM me. I can talk to you that way too. And then I have, what else? 2 one-on-one spots available if anyone would like to discuss working together. We can work through business, through life changes, through confidence, all of the shit. I can help you with all of it. I just don't specialize in like money manifestation or anything like that. Mindset work, I'm great with. But that is all we have. I'm sorry, I got like so distracted. I'm like all professional, and then he comes in and I'm like, oh my god, yes, I love you so much. I prayed for him for years. So never give up on your dreams, ladies. Never. But I hope to see you in Female Fearless and Badass. We feature women every single week. So if you have a story to share, just send it right over. And we'll be back. We'll be back once a week in here. If you have questions pertaining to any of this, or you're like, Jacqueline, I'd like to hop on a call with you, I'd love to do that. And considering I can't see if anybody's on here, it's not showing anything to me. If you will DM me the word ice cream, then I'm going to throw you guys ladies in a drawing, and I'll announce on Monday who wins, but we're going to do a 30 to 45 minute strategy call, so that you can have a game plan, whether it's, in life, whether it's in business. My child growls. Does anybody else do that? No? Okay. Don't judge me. I swear he's okay. But I'll pick somebody for that, so that we can have just a little one-on-one chat and get you a really great game plan together for the next steps forward in business and life, and all the good stuff. So you want to say bye? Tell everybody bye. It's been great. I'm so sorry that I had to redo this, but I'll get it right next time. Bye.